It's late.
All right.
Hey!
Hey, we're live! Yay, everybody! Welcome to welcome to Braveheart. Big cast of good sets, best buds. I'm joined by Will right now. But today it's St. Patrick's Day. We're live. Yeah.
We're also joined with
our friends.
Tommy, Katie, Jamie, Denise, and Max.
Yeah.
Don't be telling people where the fuck I am.
You're going to be on the show.
But they're joining us. They're just behind the camera and lights and everything. But they'll be in periodically. Yeah,
we've got a bunch of stuff to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. First and foremost, woo, the pudding! Nice, some Guinness.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. So this is called a hard pour that you're supposed to do with nitros. Really stouts. Nitro stouts. Like Guinness. We'll get into that. But
it's both a hard pour and a soft pour. But I can't get off to soft pours anymore.
Pours, no. They just don't do it for you anymore. That's funny. So how are you?
I'm good.
It's been a while since you've been on.
Yeah, I've been
Your liver's dumb.
Yeah.
Not as dumb as Jamie's, but pretty close.
It's close.
He agrees.
but good.
Fuck.
No, I got a new job. I've been busy with the new job. Other than that, it's been good. I don't know what I can. Cheers.
No, we're not. No, I was planning to just keep talking.
No, that was it. That was the end. There's nothing really new.
It's not ready to drink anyway.
No.
Yeah, you got a new job, and you're down in Long Beach, right?
Yeah. It's called RDC. It's Retail Design Collaborative. It's it's not new. It's a rebranding of an old Long Beach office.
Great.
So,
all right.
Yeah, it's fun. We do a lot of design work, and it says retail, but it's not.
It's
retail.
not really. Okay, well, that's good. Don't do retail.
Yeah, retail's horrible.
Yeah. So we're still waiting for the Guinness because that's what you're supposed to do. I guess I can start on. We'll do a little history of. So we've got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go over a little bit of the history of St. Patrick's Day, and then we're gonna do Guinness. We got a couple other beers, a couple other drinks, some snacks, some games. We got lots of stuff to do today. All right, now we're ready. Slanja.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day. That doesn't get much better than that. We haven't done Guinness yet on the show because
saving it for this, right?
Specifically wanted to save it for this.
Good.
Oh, it's so creamy. So, how much do you know about St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know shit.
Good. I barely know any more than you do. So, St. Patrick's Day is named after. We'll get to. Hold on. Quiet on a sec. Okay. St. Patrick's Day was made an official Christian feast day in the early 17th century to celebrate the life of St. Patrick, who died, according to legend, on March 17th.
Good.
Yeah. St. Patrick is the primary patron saint of Ireland, and he worked tirelessly to convert the pagan druids of Ireland to Christianity. This was turned into an allegory of him getting rid of the snakes from Ireland. There have never, ever been actual snakes in Ireland.
Because of St. Patrick?
Maybe. Max might be onto something.
Thank you, Jesus.
But, thank you, Jesus. St. Patrick's Feast Day, as a national holiday, was already being celebrated in the 9th and 10th centuries, but it wasn't until the 1600s that it was finally placed on the universal liturgical calendar as a holy day of obligation for Roman Catholics in Ireland. In 1903, it became an official public holiday in Ireland. So it's not super recent that they've officially celebrated it as Irish. It was mostly just Catholics. In the U.S., it's been celebrated really since the late 18th century. So, since we became the U.S., it's been celebrated more as a holiday of celebrating Irish and Irish-American culture than it is about actual St. Patrick.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then.
So then, wait, who did in fact then frame Roger Rabbit?
It was the guy who played Doc Brown. It was the doctor.
Okay, good.
I mean, did you watch the movie until the end? The judge. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Jamie.
The potatoes. I'm sorry.
So, Guinness. And normally we have a whole slow-mo and beer of the week. But we're drinking Guinness. That was German for Guinness. It is a dry stout with an ABV of 4.2 and an IBU of 45.
Shit.
It was brewed at the Guinness facility of St. James Gate, which is also owned by Diageo. Which was actually a merging of Guinness and a bunch of other companies that Guinness took over. It's located in Dublin, Ireland. Arthur Guinness started brewing ales in 1759 at the St. James's Gate Brewery, and on December 5th, 759, signed a 9,000-year lease for £45 per year. So they got it for a while. It was the steal of the century, or the next 9 centuries.
Jesus
The
Christ.
term stout was used to refer to the beer's strength at the time, but over time it came to mean body and color. So it was a stout beer in that it was strong. These beers, the Guinness today is much weaker than it was way back when. Guinness started selling dark beer porters in 1778, but by the time the 1840s rolled around, they started using the term single and double stout.
Interesting.
Before 1939, if a Guinness brewer wished to marry a Catholic, his resignation was requested. By the 1960s, that was not cool anymore. Arguably, the biggest change to Guinness is that in 1959, so what is it, 200 years after?
Sure.
Right? Yeah. Cheers. By 1959, they began using nitrogen, which fundamentally changed the texture and composition of the beer, as nitrogen bubbles are smaller than the CO2 bubbles that they used to use. Tater tots are done. This gave it a smoother and creamier taste. Since nitrogen is less soluble than CO2, the beer can be put under higher pressure without becoming fizzy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. And then high pressure is required to enable very small bubbles to form and pass through fine holes in a plate and a tap, causing a surge. So we're drinking it out of cans, which has a widget, which is basically just a plastic ball that has, that thing, that has nitrogen in it. And you'll see in a future episode, we drink another Irish stout that also has a widget in it. So that's how they get it to be nice and creamy. And it's also why you're supposed to hard pour it, so it flashes it through the nitrogen and it releases it. So what's the most recognizable thing from Guinness, do you think? Or does anyone, what's most closely associated with it?
Harp.
Harp is good. Color is good.
The harp.
The harp, yeah. Okay, I did not phrase that correctly. I was going to say the pour. How you're supposed to pour it. There you go. So Tommy gets the point.
Circle gets the square.
So there's the legend of the pour. Before the 1960s, which is when they started using the current nitrogen carbon dioxide mixture, all Guinness beers were cask conditioned. So they were meant to be in the cask. Newly delivered casks were unmanageably frothy, and rapid turnover demanded that they be put into use before sitting long enough to settle down. So what they would do was they would partially pour the fresh frothy beer and let it stand for a minute before topping that off from a cask that had already settled. Does that make sense?
Nope, but cool.
So they would go halfway with super froth, let it sit, let it settle, and then one that's been calmed down, then they would pour it off. So,
I see.
But in the 1960s, with the switch to the new mixture, it was no longer necessary to switch between casks, but they felt it was still necessary to do the two-pour ritual, and they used it as a marketing tactic, promoting the wait with the slogan, "Good things come to those who wait." So that's a little bit about Guinness. What do you think about that?
It's interesting. It's packed full of history. You can taste it. You can really taste the history.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark.
Very dark.
It's a dark history.
This is like the quintessential stout, I think, still.
So these are two different Guinness glasses.
Yeah, so...
is this from your reserve?
It is now. They did change, I think it was in 2015, they made the glasses a little bit taller. And it was the first time they changed it in, like, decades. But What time is it? Is it Slimer time, I think?
Oh, yeah, it's Slimer time.
Oh! I guess we were going to do something. Here, it's some whiskey for you.
Thank you.
Some whiskey for me.
So how do we make this IRA monstrosity?
These are called, the politically correct term are Irish Slammers. You've also heard them called Irish car bombs. So we're going to pour, we've already got half a shot of Jameson poured in there. And then you pour Bailey's on top.
Oh. Curdling.
And then...
Have you ever had an abortion? Like, I'm sorry, I phrased that wrong.
What?
Have you ever had the drink an abortion?
No.
It's you
So.
you make Bailey's curdle inside of grenadine. Something else. So it looks like a little fetus is floating in there. It's fucking disgusting.
So let me take the shot, and then you cheers.
Oh.
Drop it in. Don't drink it.
Ah. Oh, it's so delicious.
Ooh.
It's the Bailey's. That makes it so good. Is Bailey's Irish?
It is.
Well, shit.
Funny you should ask. Let me refer to my notes. So that was called an, what do we say, an Irish Slammer, Irish Car Bomb. It's made with Jameson and Bailey's. And the Bailey's, we'll start with the Bailey's because that's what you asked for. There we go. Bailey's Irish Cream. Is Irish cream and Irish whiskey and cream-based liqueur made by Gilbey's of Ireland. Though the trademark is owned by Diageo, which is owned by Guinness.
Diageo?
Diageo. Diageo. Diggly doodly. It is made... Bailey's is made in Dublin and Mallusk, Ireland. Cool. It has an ABV of 17%. Which I guess makes it only 34 proof, right? Is that how it works?
I guess, but it's liqueur, so I guess yes.
It was introduced in 1974, so it's not old at all. As the first Irish cream on the market, I assume that means Irish liquor cream. Bailey's name was granted permission by John Chesterman, who owned a restaurant of the same name, and you'll see on here on the bottle there's a signature, R.A. Bailey.
Yeah.
Not a person. Never existed. It's a fictional signature. It was inspired by the Bailey's Hotel in London. The other half of an Irish Slammer is Jameson Irish.
Before you jump to Jameson, have you read the back of this?
No, go ahead.
Everyone loves cream.
Got him.
They said. And we love spirits and whiskey. But in the same bottle, question mark? Are you sure, question mark?
What?
We just smiled. Bailey's, the original Irish cream.
There you go.
That was it. That was their product placement back in the.
The more you Irish. Jameson Irish whiskey is a blended Irish whiskey, 80 proof, so it's 4% alcohol. It's now distilled in Cork, Ireland, though it was originally made in Dublin. The John Jameson and Son Irish Whiskey Company was formed in 1810 when John Jameson and his son John Jameson took over the Bow Street Distillery in Dublin, which had originally been built in 1780 by his wife's cousins, the Steins. Today, it is the world's third largest single distillery whiskey. It's produced from a blend of grain whiskey and single pot still whiskey, and a blend of malted and unmalted or green Irish barley, all sourced from a 50-mile radius around the distillery in Cork. The barley is dried in a closed kiln fired by natural gas. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Jameson is, I don't know. Jameson is one of those interesting, like, I don't ever drink it except really maybe with ginger beer or ginger. Is it ginger beer?
I don't know.
Jameson and ginger? What is it? Ginger ale. Thanks, Max. Or in Irish Slammers. But it's a distinct bottle. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
like you don't even have to, as soon as you see it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't even have to market it. I'm kind of hungry. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Let's do it.
What are we doing?
Well, since it's St. Patrick's Day,
yeah,
I figured we could eat some classic Irish fare.
Oh.
Like some
fuck.
shepherd's pie.
Oh, shit.
Straight from the microwave.
Straight from the udder.
So shepherd's pie is also known as cottage pie. It's basically pot pie, except with minced meat, corn, and potatoes. We'll try to dink it and eat it, because that's not our phrase.
No, it's cool as fuck.
It's especially good when it's at room temperature.
Oh, man.
That being said, pot pies like that are fucking scalding for like 2 hours. So this is actually kind of nice. Does anybody else want some?
No.
After those glowing reviews.
It actually
I'm sold.
it actually is pretty good. It's from Blake's. So it's organic, frozen, but
Frozen organic from the frozen tree.
yeah.
Single gluten.
I don't want it to see.
Oh, boy.
Mm.
Thank you, the Irish.
Yeah. And shepherd's pie, technically more of a British thing, but that's also part of the
Please don't.
Irish cuisine.
When my parents moved here from New York, they didn't have any money, so they made this like every single day. This
Really?
was their like go-to meal.
Oh, wow.
They didn't do the whole rice and beans thing. They just did straight shepherd's pies.
They did meat and potatoes.
Yep.
And corn.
Well.
This is actually, I haven't eaten for a while, so I actually was hungry. I just didn't want to leave. I wanted to make sure I got everything done. So this is nice.
So are we going to rate the food?
Yeah.
How was that?
What's that all of them?
Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think?
On a scale of the guy from Babe to Jesus in terms of shepherds. That's actually pretty good. Like, if this were hot, I might give it an 8, but I'm going to give it a 6. So, Dax. It's Dax Shepherd.
I think you should make a food reviews channel.
Sure. I'm not fat enough as it is.
What is iDubbbz does a thing where it's he does
legit food review.
Yeah. Snack dubs.
Yeah.
But I think
sewer chicken.
Yeah.
No, sewer pickles.
Sewer
dumpster
pickles
chicken.
And sewer peaches.
Peaches.
When he eats the peaches.
Oh, right, yeah. That was just part of the episode.
Right.
Because then they also did hike pig's feet. He did it with Ethan from H3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd give it a solid 6.
So, Dex, you're right on board with me.
Wait, did you say 8?
If it were hot, I would give it an 8. Or,
Yeah,
like,
6.
Not a frozen dinner.
I give it a 6. How's our audience doing?
So like that.
Good.
Well,
what's next, Andrew?
Next is get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You look good.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you, Mary.
Merry Irish person. Yay.
Hey.
Next up is next guest, Max. Hey, all right. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. Oh. Let me love you.
Thank you.
Your beard feels really nice.
Thanks, so is yours.
I do. I made it myself. Actually, Will, can you hand us those 2 glasses?
Oh, yeah, I should have that with me.
Whiskey. Yeah, that's all right. Welcome to the show. This is your first time on the show.
Yes, it is.
Let's not drink a beer.
Okay. I'm a fucking hipster, so
That's fine. So this is Max. He's a fucking hipster. So that's cool. Look at his mustache.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so much better. So what is this that we're drinking? That's not beer.
Teeling Irish whiskey.
Teeling Irish whiskey. So we got 2 Irish whiskeys and 2 beers, because we'll have another one a little bit later. But where did you showed this to me?
Yes,
Where did you find it?
Vaughn's.
Tight.
Yeah.
Will, can you put more Guinness in the fridge too? Teeling Irish whiskey, small batch. Do you know anything? Bottled. Oh, it was bottled June 2017. Nice. What does it say in the center?
6 months is in rum casks.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So that's why it's nice and sweet. Wow.
It's delicious.
Well, Sandra, happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, that's nice. That's nice
It is
and
a smooth drinking whiskey.
Do you know anything about Teeling at all?
It's Irish and it's whiskey and it's delicious. It's
You
golden.
know, you took most of my information.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
What? That's a lot. Yeah, it's actually. It does have kind of an interesting history, but it's pretty recent. So it's this is the Irish small batch whiskey. It has an I guess it's a proof 92 proof. It's 46% alcohol.
Damn.
Pretty good. Oh wait, so that means Jameson's only 20%? No, it's 80 proof. It's 80 proof. So this is a little bit
off.
Yeah, this is only a little bit higher. This is made by the Teeling Distillery in Dublin, Ireland. There's a lot of alcohol there, apparently.
Yeah. A lot of good alcohol.
Yes. Well, here we go. This version of Teeling was established in 2012 by Jack and Stephen Teeling. And they now operate in Market Square in Dublin, not far from the location of the original Teeling Distillery on Marrowbone Lane. Marrowbone?
Fucking metal.
Yeah. So the original distillery was established in 1782 by Walter Teeling in the Liberties area of Dublin, then epicenter of distilling, dubbed the Golden Triangle because of how many classic
whiskeys went missing.
whiskeys. Sure, yeah. Down the gullets of good Catholic boys. Eventually, that Teeling distillery was bought by William Jameson and Company, run by relatives to John Jameson.
Wow.
That closed in 1923.
And then it restarted again when?
In 1987,
Nice.
John Teeling, a descendant of Walter and Jack and Stephen's father, purchased a distillery facility in Cooley County, Louth. And then in 1989, he established that as the Cooley Distillery. It was the first new distillery to launch in Ireland in the 20th century.
Cooley is a racial slur for something.
I think you're thinking Cooley.
No, Cooley's definitely one.
Cooley is definitely
Oh, I mean, anything that ends in an
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jamie. We got our production
what?
assistant,
For
Jamie.
who?
What?
For what is it against?
What is Cooley a racist? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Right.
Tight. Yeah, Cooley was the first new distillery to launch in Ireland in the 20th century.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
That's interesting.
After Cooley was sold to Beam Inc., now Beam Suntory, in 2011, part of the deal was for the Teelings to keep 16,000 casks of aged whiskey that was in the reserves.
Nice.
And then Jack and Stephen used those stocks to launch the new Teeling whiskey.
Well, they done good.
Well done, sirs. So this is a first. Well, I guess now it's a second. Cooley! You could read it to us.
No, go ahead.
The word Cooley, meaning a laborer, has a variety of other implications and is sometimes regarded as a offensive or pejorative, depending on.
It's Chinese people.
It's now commonly used an inoffensive word in South Asia for workers in unskilled manual labor, especially porters at railway stations.
So Chinese people.
Yeah. It's ironic because it sounds like that's a hard word for them to pronounce. So I guess it's technically a second because we just had a whiskey, but this is really the first time that we were reviewing whiskey on this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do. No, what do you? So do you know how to officially, professionally taste whiskey?
Nope.
I've shown you, I think, before.
Probably.
Take the tiniest, least, most minuscule sip you possibly can, and literally chew it as if it's gum.
Oh, you have shown me that.
Yeah. So what it's supposed to do is you get
Aerates and
you
stuff.
don't get as much alcohol to cut it, so you can actually taste what's in the basically what came out of the cask. Which apparently rum casks. I didn't know that. That's why this is so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it.
All right. Shouldn't you have a clean palate for this, technically? We just drank a whole bunch of it.
That's none of your business, and I'll thank you to stay out of personal affairs.
Okay.
As nice as the mustache saves it, I don't think I got enough on the first.
One of the advantages of having facial hair.
Yeah. Also a disadvantage. Soup is the enemy.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it? Tommy, all right. Man, what are you tasting? There's a little bit of cherry. You get
Pretty
that?
shit at this. I can
You know what it tastes like?
Now that you taste like whiskey.
It's very smooth. Like it's not.
Yeah, no. Now that you say that, I totally get the cherry.
I don't think it's a blended, but I'm not sure if it's a single barrel, which would mean that it's blended. You're only supposed to drink single barrel. I mean, that's like the best possible thing that you can get. Let's see if I can taste it. I like the color.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear. Like it's not cloudy or anything. There's no bubbles. I don't think there's supposed to be bubbles in whiskey.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong with those bubbles.
What's up?
Who's next?
Jamie's next. Okay. Well, that's good. While we're finishing our whiskey.
Wait, but do we have to rate it? I may not be able to taste specific things, but I can rate it.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Okay.
So on a
you were going to do it later? I'm fucking you up.
No, let's do it now.
Okay.
What do you want the scale to be?
Probably 1 to 10.
Well, okay. But that's boring. What should the scale be? What's the most teal? So teal. The most teal is Dory. Because she's pretty
Okay. The least teal is like the Soviet Union.
Okay. On the scale of the Soviet Union to Dory, how much of scapping do you give it?
I give it definitely a solid 8.
That's good. That's like when I don't know.
Like,
I'm out of it.
There's a stone, like something. Well, yeah, you've already had a car bomb.
That's
and
true.
Most of a glass of whiskey.
And I didn't eat until that. What?
Talking about your fucking hat.
Yeah.
I was talking about the size of your genitalia. It's not that fucking much.
It's huge.
I told
right?
you that in confidence.
Lapis lazuli is a deep blue metamorphic rock. That's what an 8 is.
So an 8 is a lapis lazuli. You know what? Just because I'm unoriginal enough to not know what else, I'm going to agree with you. No, but seriously, but seriously, an 8, like,
yeah, it's very
not
good.
The best whiskey. It may be the best Irish whiskey I've ever had, but
it's the best Irish whiskey I've had.
I have a strong preference for Scotch.
Yeah, me too.
It's like the okayest Irish whiskey.
Really?
Really?
You never like Jameson or the other one?
Are you saying over?
Yeah.
No, not over.
You don't like it over Jameson? That's interesting.
I love Jameson.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's fair.
I love Jameson.
Wow. Okay. Well, do you want some
So
Jameson?
what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Have another sip too. Have like a. Did you do the chew? Did you do the chew?
Yeah,
or did you
chew
take
it.
a big?
I did I said chew
No, do a big gulp. Really get some in there.
Get that up in your.
Yeah, get it up in your guts. You're obscure.
I will say I did actually like it better the second time.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you should. It is really good.
Better than Jameson?
I think the lighter mouthful was worse for me. It's like burned more.
I mean, that's what it's
also my
supposed.
first
That's what
taste
it's
of
supposed to do.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Like chew it so it burns all that off so you can taste the flavor. Like
Yeah.
monkey
It was a
shoulder,
lot
with
better the second time.
monkey shoulder.
That's a good.
That's
Scotch.
a good Scotch to start with.
And this is only what, like $30 too?
No, it was more expensive than that. I think it was like 40, 45.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say like for 30, that's a great like.
There was some Glenlivet on
17.
sale for $30.
And you bought it.
And I bought
Didn't
it.
last very
And
long.
it fell out of the fucking box.
That's
Yeah.
the worst.
It was a travesty.
Is it worse to drop a bottle of scotch or to drop your pizza face first on the ground?
I mean, a bottle of scotch is more expensive.
But are you as emotionally tied? I'm way more emotionally tied to a pizza. Hence.
Yeah, no, for me, definitely the scotch is worse.
Okay, all right.
It was
that's fair.
It was heartbreaking.
You can get pizza now. Scotch is. I mean,
Well, that was a good choice on this or that. You know what else is this or that? Let's play Irish or not Irish. Woo! Yeah. So
You like a leprechaun?
a big fat leprechaun. I don't leave my pot of gold because I can't pick it up. Because I always have it with me. Oh yeah. so long. Here's how this is gonna. Here's how this is gonna work. All right. There's 9 questions. If you get 4 of these right, I have to do a car bomb.
Yes.
Or an Irish slammer. Fucking libtards. If you don't get 4 right, you have to do an Irish slammer. Okay. The point of the game is I'm going to give you something, person, thing, item, whatever, and you just have to tell me if it's Irish or not Irish. You don't have to elaborate. I have information. I can elaborate more on.
Let's do it.
So let's do it. Number 1, Irish or not Irish? St. Patrick.
Not Irish.
You're right.
Yes.
Though he is the patron saint of Ireland, he was born in Roman Britain, part of the Roman Empire. But that's okay, as long as he can drive.
Old?
What?
He was that old?
Oh yeah, this was like
what year, like 400 something.
No, it was 1400, I think.
Yeah, but then it wasn't Roman.
So then, yeah, then it was much older than that. Yeah, long time. So, yeah. So he was part of the Roman Empire, but that's okay because as long as he can drive the spiders out of here too, we're fine with him not being here. Okay, number 2. So you got 1. Katie, can you keep score? Okay, thank you. Pierce Brosnan.
Boo.
Irish or not Irish?
Not Irish.
Irish!
Oh, goddamn.
Though he's famed for playing the most dashing and dangerous Englishman 007, he was actually born in County Louth, Ireland.
Well, all right then.
Yeah. Okay. The song Danny Boy.
Not Irish.
Yeah. Fuck. It was actually written by an Englishman.
I have 2. Oh, perfect.
Number 4, Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance. Irish or not Irish? That was cool. There was like, I think it was from the whiskey or something. It was like vapor that came out of your mouth. That was awesome.
Breathing fire.
Yeah. Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance.
Well, I mean, it would be obvious to say Irish, so I have to say not Irish.
Fuck. He's American.
Yes.
The White House. Irish or not Irish?
I mean, how are you defining Irish in that case? It was built by Americans, so not Irish.
It's Irish, sort of. Because it was designed by Holman, an Irishman born in 1792 who won the competition to design the White House. And the design is very obviously based on Irish Parliament, the Leinster House.
Oh, nice.
So
that's interesting. Did you know that, fellow architecture person?
Which White House?
Yeah, which White House?
Because it was burnt down.
First or second?
And it wasn't rebuilt to the same thing.
We're not on that question anymore. I don't know.
It just don't ask so many questions.
It just said the White House.
It's all a veneer. It's veneer.
Okay. Number 6, chocolate milk. Irish or not Irish?
Irish.
Fuck. Yeah. So okay, so I have to do carbon. That's fine.
Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah!
Well, let's still finish out the game because there's some interesting stuff. So chocolate milk is sort of Irish, though chocolate is from the West Indies. Chocolate milk was invented by Sir Hans Sloane 350 years ago when he added milk and sugar to make the harsh, bitter, raw chocolate more appealing. In fact,
but his name is Hans and he was Irish?
Yeah. Sloane is very Irish.
But Hans is very German.
No.
Duh.
Do you not want the point?
Trying to fit in, man.
Okay. People liked that concoction so much, chocolate milk, that by 1700, people were going to chocolate houses instead of coffee houses. So,
That sounded way better.
how about the term pint, as in going for a pint?
Irish.
That was Scottish. I made that Scottish. But no!
Not Irish?
It's derived from Latin, picta, which means painted, and refers to the line painted on the glass that would tell you if you've poured it up to a pint's worth.
Huh.
Yeah. Stew.
Irish.
Not Irish.
Damn.
The Romans and the French created stew thousands of years before the Irish. So that last segment was a dirty lie. Or the next segment is a dirty lie. Because we had shepherd's pie. I didn't read my own script before printing it out. Number 9, polar bears.
I mean, the obvious answer is not Irish, so I'm thinking Irish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of.
Sort of.
So, a recent study
Like the
discovered
White House.
a strong connection between current polar bears and ancient Irish brown bears.
Oh, interesting.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
Now I have to do this. Okay, that's fine.
You didn't know. Oh, there's
cheers.
glasses right there.
No, here. Oh, here. Can I have the? You got the Baileys.
You ever drunk Baileys out of a shoe?
Baileys, a bit closer.
Okay.
I'm all Greg. All right. Well done, Max.
Thank you. Good questions. Very interesting.
Some of them were surprising. I just learned about Pierce Brosnan like 2 days ago, too.
I just learned about Pierce Brosnan like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. I was watching Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. He is in Mamma Mia.
He is in Mamma Mia.
Oh, yeah. I was watching Mrs. Doubtfire, and one of the trivia things, they said that he's not actually English.
Interesting.
And you fucked it all up for me.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You made him too obvious. Or
Would you believe that I
maybe
just
you
wanted to have...
underestimated me.
Do you want the rest of this?
Sure.
Can we get it? Here, just use this glass.
I was just
Well-
gonna drink it out of the can like a savage, but this is much better.
Yeah, don't do that. Well, now I gotta wait for this. We should have done that before. That's fine.
Preparing is for assholes.
Yeah. I'm still drinking my whiskey, too. All
I
right,
finished
good.
mine. I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Good, good.
How is
Doing
everybody
better.
there doing?
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
We're
Is-
good.
is-
How am I doing so far?
Doing great.
Yeah.
You look okay.
I'm
You seem to
barely
be holding
hanging
it
on
together very
over
well.
here. I'm not holding it together.
I only like kind of went in and out on what you were saying because I was paying attention to her.
Thanks, man.
Why are you not?
Are you
why
surprised?
not holding it together?
I'm just, that's how I do life.
Oh yeah.
Barely hanging on.
Yeah, I want to die.
Well, we'll get to that's Denise if you don't know who Denise is. The next segment is Jamie's going to join us, and we're going to have some stew and bread.
It's good bread. I had some of the bread.
It's very
Right.
dilly, very pickly.
It is very pickly.
I think that's what it is for me. Is I don't like dill pickles.
I mean, I
the
don't like,
character's great.
I don't like pickles at all. I like dill though. Don't mind dill. Is this ready? I think mine's ready. It's very Guinnessy.
Close enough. Cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Cheers.
I'm sorry.
Cheers.
Slide up.
Aja.
That is good beer.
Oh, fuck.
Well, you did it.
Let's give it now.
Was the first one better than the second one? Was the second one
I
better
don't
than
know
the
what
first one?
time is anymore.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
The second one went down smooth.
Actually, this one was a little bit better because I had more in the glass, so it was a little more balanced. They're just good. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, Guinness is good by itself. All of the individual ingredients are great.
Oh, it's starting to hit. Oh my god. Okay. Thanks for coming, Max.
You're very welcome.
Subscribe.
Should I make room for our liver damaged friend?
If you would be so kind.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Max. All right. Jameson Smith. But if your name was spelled like a girl's. Well, can we have the stew and then can I also have a Guinness, please?
I think there's one.
May I have that Guinness, please?
We need one more Guinness.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You both need a Guinness.
No, you have one. I'm topping off.
Okay.
Take some bread. I'm gonna, you know what, give me that glass, too. I don't want to use the
Okay.
glass. Thank you. Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
I don't think you've been on this since like the first I sprayed
wow.
everywhere.
Ew.
Got
It's
me.
like prom, dude. What's going on?
Prom. I didn't go to prom.
Prom.
Some fucking loser.
It makes Philly better. I went to prom and I fucking hated it. My
Oh,
girlfriend
okay.
sucked.
Wasn't it at the Nixon Library too?
What?
Was it at the Nixon Library?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually quite beautiful, but
But you fucking hated it.
I fucking hated life. She sucked.
So yeah, you have the
I
bit.
didn't know life until I had met my wife.
Aww.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
All 12 people just heard me say that.
Literally 0 people are watching. I don't care.
Hold on.
That's not what it's about. Welcome back to the show. It's
Thanks,
about
man.
celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
Have fun with my friend.
I'm making a rare appearance.
Yeah, you haven't been since on. You were the first.
I haven't
2
been
or 3
since on.
guests.
You're just gonna gloss over that?
Give me a break, man. You haven't.
I'm high.
You haven't.
What?
This is my show.
Trying to live my life.
You haven't been on since you were the first 3 guests. Did you do 2 or 4? You did 2, I think.
No, I did 3.
You did do 3.
I was fucked.
Well, we also didn't skimp on the beers.
No.
We started with Piper Down.
I remember wanting to talk about something. Like it was profound. That had something to do with the beer.
So what is this we got in front of it? Oh, you don't know. Here, you want some bread?
I'm
Bread. This is mine. So we are having, we're enjoying our Guinnesses.
So
Yours isn't ready yet, but.
let's get there.
We were also enjoying some classic Irish beef and vegetable stew. And
Stew's not Irish. Stew's not Irish.
Hence why it's a lie. So it's a mix. It's not technically Irish. It has become a part of the classic Irish cuisine, but no, it didn't originate in Ireland.
Gotcha.
So,
Is this Sargento or Campbell's?
Campbell's. Yeah. Chunky.
Hey, Andrew, you know what else didn't originate in Ireland? Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah, fucking asshole. Fuck that guy.
Wait, but he's Irish, right?
I think so. Yeah.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
he's English.
Oh,
He
really?
just fucked over the Irish.
Oh, okay.
How
Yeah.
so?
I would not have
Killed a bunch
done.
of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I would not have done well in
Wait, why?
the game.
He was invading.
That sucks too.
I was confusing him with Mr. Crowley, but that's a
A whole other thing.
No, it's
That's
an
an Aussie
Aussie song. Well, sorry. So we're having beef and vegetable stew from the classic Irish company Campbell's Chunky Soup. But I mean, wow. Even it's the same as it's still good at room temperature. It's not bad.
Yeah.
We've got what? Peas, corn, celery, carrots, potatoes, and beef. And then
Everything
beef
left
soup,
over you don't want to eat.
which is what they
basically
originated. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're having with it dill rye bread, which I bought because it had a green wrapper.
The only time I eat this kind of bread is if my fat ass goes through the Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh,
Those
no.
fucking hella good Polish dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Like
The thing is, rye actually is very, very Irish. So
yeah.
this is more Irish than the Campbell's. So how have you been? What's up?
I'm surviving,
Barely.
so that's always nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting by.
Yeah.
But I'm just tired.
How's your stew?
It's good. Room temperature. That's nice. Cooking staff is consistent.
It's me. Me and Will and Max are the cooking staff.
Fuck yeah, we are.
What happened? The microwave's on the fritz or what?
You have stuff all over your beard.
Do I?
Can you take care of that, please?
That's normal.
Thank you.
Good?
Yeah. Fish.
Shove your face in it.
How? It's on my face.
Just shove your face in it. Do it for
I usually don't have to worry. I just let my dogs lick all the bread and fucking remnants out of my food out of my beard. They go to town.
That's what Mike is for. He saves money that way. So, we're having stew. You know what else we could have? Some trivia. Would you like to do some trivia?
Okay.
D nice. You got some trivia for us?
I do. I am not prepared. I'm so sorry. Please hold. Okay.
Got fucking stuff.
So let's do
Please hold.
Yeah.
Are the can we also have Will? Can you grab the tater tots for us, please?
Yeah, I can get those fucking tots.
Actually, if you want to just throw it like a handful in a bowl,
That's what I'm doing.
great idea. So what we're gonna do? Oh, there's soup in your beard. Oh, shit. What we're gonna do is there's 10. You have 10 questions, right?
I think so.
So every
Think so?
Yeah, I think so.
all right. Every question, if you get the right answer, you get to have a tater tot made of potatoes. Oh, the golden brown of Ireland. Or whatever.
That's the color they're known for.
You can have one.
I'll take one too.
Now what's at risk?
Exactly.
They taste exactly like what I remember elementary school tater tots
Yeah,
tasting like.
that is
You can take
legit.
it when I took
Yeah.
one because I wanted to
Jamie,
give
get
it
me
to
this one.
What's up?
Give me this one.
What's up?
Gosh,
Damn, Kathleen. She's got hands. You see that shit?
Catherine?
Motherfucker full on Neo that hash tater tot, dude.
Sherman
Bob
that
just
out of
fucking
my
reached
face.
out and yanked it.
Yeah.
All right, so
So no tater tot? That's what
Oh, I got you,
She
Bob.
takes it and we all come.
Ah,
She
no.
eats it and nobody does anything. That's fine.
okay.
That's fine.
So if you get an answer right, you get to have a tater tot. If you get an answer wrong,
Have a napkin, please.
if you answer wrong, you have to bite a potato raw, like an apple. Chew it and swallow your piece.
All right.
The loser
Thanks, sir.
doesn't get to have tater tots for the rest of the night.
All right.
Sound wise, where's your best? to
That's
say?
perfect.
Okay.
You're great right there.
Hey. This is very
Okay.
you.
So Denise,
So anyway,
What?
so I just
Oh,
want to
shit,
start
that's
by
not
saying that I was really annoyed when you were reading some of your Irish background facts earlier because now you're going to know some of these answers. I was like, why did he research and have me
On
do
Wikipedia.
trivia?
if it's okay, so if it's for that, let's say,
Maybe
When
Jamie
it co-
wasn't listening and he won't know the answer.
I'm
He
pretty fucking high. Not gonna bullshit.
when it comes to that, if he how well, let's see what can we do.
No, it's fine. I'm just telling
say it
you.
out loud that this is something that was covered.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
So,
Here,
okay.
just use the ones that you know for
Okay,
sure,
ready?
not affiliated with what you research,
And
and just have someone else Google it.
I have to. How do you know about how many there are that correlated with what I said?
I think like one, maybe two. Not very many. Yeah.
So I have to beat him by 2 then.
Okay,
Is that fair?
sure.
But I just have to beat you by one.
You can beat me by any number,
That's the plan.
which would be good. There's no half points.
Okay, so the first one correlates with what you're saying.
Okay.
Just FYI. Okay. Number 1. Why was St. Patrick's Day created? A, to outrank Valentine's Day. B, an excuse to drink heavily. Or C, a day of prayer for spiritual missions.
So, Will, can you call, ask us when we're ready, and then do 3, 2, 1, and then we both say our answer at the same time.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
C.
That's right. Originally,
Fucking
it was a Catholic
Got
feast
him.
created for a day of
all right,
prayer
well,
and was a
well, that
religious,
was a terrible
religious holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try it again. Wait, let's do it again in friendship.
Bring it. Oh, dude, don't be wasting fucking food, dog.
Where are these coming from?
We do
Okay.
friendship because we believe in
You're not-
friendship, but also
You're not
respect
having some Vaj right now, dude. You're being the Vaj. Yeah.
Are you feeling fine and getting some giant? I don't think so.
All right, ready?
Oh, wait, both get taste on. All right.
Okay.
Oh, we're both getting haircut.
Nice.
What does the shamrock symbolize? A, the Holy Trinity, B, the luck of the Irish, or C, the green fields of Ireland?
What were they again?
Is it the 4-leaf clover shamrock?
It's the shamrock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4.
Holy Trinity, the luck of the Irish, or the green fields of Ireland?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
B.
B.
Wrong. Both
Fuck.
of you. It's the Holy Trinity. It's 3.
Why is there 4?
No,
I guess
that's
you-
a luck.
Oh, no.
Yes,
three's
the
average
4-leaf
one. There's only 3, you fuck
Yes.
nut. 1, 2, 3.
There's clearly 6.
Okay. Listen.
Oh, my God.
St. Patrick used the
You fucking
shamrock.
see
No,
it.
they have to take a big bite.
St. Patrick used the shamrock as a teaching tool to
Ugh.
represent the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy
Oh,
Spirit.
that's cool.
Eat your
Cheers.
potatoes, assholes.
Oh, oh.
The husk tastes like fucking dirt.
Yeah, it does.
Just dirt.
That is dirty.
It keeps going.
No,
It's
they
the
deserve
dirtiest celery you've ever
it.
tasted.
Oh, that's perfect.
There's dirt on the top of my fucking mouth.
Good, you deserve it. You're the worst.
Uh,
You shouldn't get beer pizza butter. Just kidding.
hold on.
Andrew, no cheating.
Yay! We just ate a potato. We're live right now on YouTube. Yay!
Oh, Butter's gonna
Why
be
did I
real
really
good
do this?
today.
Okay, that's not
All right,
fair. Grab
ready?
here.
Eat your tot.
Do it.
What?
They threw one of mine. That's not fair.
Okay.
The soup is good.
Are you ready for question
I
3?
need
Let's
a
do it.
spike.
Okay. Where did the first St. Patrick's Day parade take place? A, New York City, B, Dublin, or C, Chicago?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
C.
See, yeah.
You
Chi-town.
are both incorrect. It is A, New York City
Damn it. That was my
had the first St. Patrick's Day parade in 1762 to honor the Irish military.
Okay, well, bite number 2.
Hope you
Can-
like
can you
potatoes.
we both have one, right? They keep it scored.
Are we going to a minimum of the wins or should how many
How many
questions?
No,
potatoes do you
no,
have?
whoever wins.
Like
Like,
how many questions? I fucking
Get more-
jumped into this with no back.
I have to get 2 more right than you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although
At any time.
that one wasn't really super related. Are they super? Is there only one?
What
Are you
do
trying
No,
to
no,
weasel your way out
No,
of
no.
eating a potato?
No, that makes sense. If I have to win by 2, that means there was one that I definitely should have known, which was
I
the
didn't
first one.
say that one was related because I didn't think it was.
Let's stick with it. I have to win by 2. Doesn't matter how many you can win by, and it doesn't matter how many you get right. If you get 1 more right than me, and I only get 1, and you get 2, you win.
So if I get the next one right and you get it wrong,
Eat
I
your
win.
potato, man.
No,
Yeah.
Every ti- yes, I beat you by 1. We both won and won.
if you're assuming that we all get the next questions wrong or right, yeah.
Eat your potato.
Hold on.
No, wait.
Eat your potato.
Eat your taters.
Okay, hold on.
Eat your potato and
This is what I'm saying.
We can't edit this.
We're both 1 and 1. You've asked us 2 questions.
Or 10.
3 questions, excuse me. If I get the next one right and you get it wrong, I fucking win.
No,
No.
because
No.
I'm
you
2
can
and
get
1.
You can get the 5th one wrong and he can
You're-
get it right.
You're 2 out of 4. There's 10 questions.
Okay, so wait. Okay, you explained that differently than I understood.
No.
Now you said I can beat
We
you by
have
1
to answer
any
all
time.
10 questions. No. You don't
Real
have.
life.
No, what
I
you're
have
gonna
to
leave-
answer 1 more than you in succession.
After 10 questions, you have to have more
Yeah.
I
questions.
thought you meant
At the
any time
very
if I get
end.
1 right.
No. I just have to beat you
No,
by
it's
2,
not. It's not who gets there.
like volleyball.
Just kiss.
So if I only
That's
beat you,
what I
if
thought.
I only beat you by 1, we both lose.
That honestly tastes like shit. It's bad. Not
It's
good.
initially terrible, and then it's like, oh, it's just potato.
Hate you.
Next question.
You done?
Hey, we're ready. We
Okay.
figured it out.
what will kissing the Blarney Stone bring you? A, luck, B, eloquence, or C, love?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
A.
C.
You guys are both wrong again.
Fuck!
It's,
Fuck!
it's eloquence. The legend goes if you kiss the Blarney Stone, you'll
Oh,
be
shit.
given the gift of eloquence and be able to talk your way out of anything.
I knew that was too specific of a
Kyle
word.
literally kissed it and said it's supposed to bring luck.
Kyle,
Well,
really,
Kyle
really,
is
Kyle?
really the
So
source you're going with
Eat your
here?
potato.
Fuck.
I don't have anything against Kyle. But
Those are
You're
good.
kind of
Those are
an
good
idiot.
shots, man. You guys are doing good.
Ah!
You guys are good at this. Right.
A lot of potatoes.
No relief. From now on, no relief. Ah. Fuck, why did I say that? That was stupid. I want relief so bad.
It's not like it's spicy. It's just gross tasting.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Get
fucking
out
dirt.
of our business.
Get out of your house.
Yeah,
It's just dirt.
that's
Just
none of your
dirt.
business. I'll thank you. Stay out of my personal affairs.
Don't talk to me and my son ever again.
Don't you talk to me or my son ever again. I forgot about that. Next question.
Okay. Why do you get pinched on St. Patrick's Day if you're not wearing green? A, you've been naughty. B, it's just a fun way to meet fellow participants. Or C, the leprechauns can see you.
Ready?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
C.
C.
Yep. I got one.
We both got one.
Yeah.
The legend
Yeah.
has it if you aren't wearing green, leprechauns can see you and the mischievous creatures will come up and give you a pinch.
Fuckers.
Yeah,
What number question was that?
I don't know.
Cool.
They're not numbered.
How many? Do you know how many you have left?
3 left.
So that was 6.
Guess so.
7.
7.
I'm getting all the Guinness and stew that I can.
Are you guys ready for the next one?
Mhm.
Okay. What number more than doubles on St. Patrick's Day? A, the number of Guinness pints sold. B, the number of people that attend Mass. Or C, the number of people jailed.
Ready?
Right. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
C.
B.
Both of you are wrong.
Fuck!
It is A, the number of Guinness pints sold. On average,
Fucking
listen,
on the nose.
on average, Guinness sells about 5.5 million pints a day worldwide, but on St. Patrick's Day, the number jumps to 13 million worldwide. That was a huge bite.
I'm here to.
Why do you
fucking
hate
do it.
yourself?
Look, man.
What a stupid idea.
I'm single. I got fired from Force Storm. I'm not in a bad place right now. I might as well eat as much potato as I can.
Are you guys ready for the next
I
one?
just had my teeth cleaned.
Literally.
Fuck.
Are you awake?
Oh,
Wait, no, I'm so sorry. Why? Why did I take that big of a bite? Hey! Did you get relief?
no. I chewed and swallowed it, and then I drank some. And I wanted some.
There's no. Take another bite, man.
No, I ate the whole thing.
No, no relief. That's relief.
You ate stew.
Yeah.
Well, we got it right.
No, it's the same principle, though. I chewed, swallowed the entire thing, and to get my taste out of my
Next
I didn't
question.
wash it. I didn't
Yeah,
wash it
next
down.
question.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't. No, I don't
No,
wash it
it's
down.
right. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna wash it down.
What was St. Patrick's real name? A, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this correctly. Maewyn Suckett. B, Ale Ganache.
That sounds like the porn version of like Lando Calrissian.
Right.
No, suck it.
Ale Ganache O'Hare. Or C, Edvard Gillian.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
C.
B.
You guys are both wrong
Fuck!
again.
It was Suckett!
It's Maewyn Suckett.
Is he just super confident in a game of PUBG? But he's not. He's like 80%. So like I may
Wait,
win. So it's
how many
like,
questions do you have left? One?
Just one after this.
I have to get this next one right.
There's no way.
No,
that
you're
you
ahead by
can
one.
win. No, you guys both have 2. There's
Uh-huh.
no way that you can win.
You have to get this wrong, and I have to get it right to win,
Yeah.
or I lose.
I can't possibly win.
Yeah. You're gonna lose the
Tight.
Wait, so you can die?
Okay.
You gotta take a bite.
Oh fuck! I
Cheers.
forgot.
Take your bite.
Wait. Cheers.
Cheers, taters.
I should have gotten red potatoes. Well, are those Irish? I don't know.
It's like more.
I don't think potatoes are even
They're from the New World. They
right.
just grow anywhere. It's the Irish grow.
You know what's interesting?
What?
Horses were extinct in North America. There were horses, and they came back when
I conquistadors, bro.
see muy bueno. Where the fuck is Ara? It's an hour after she was supposed to be here.
¿Dónde está la señorita?
La Ara.
La
Ay,
hora. Ura.
Ahora.
Ura.
Ura.
Aura. Aura. How the fuck you pray? Aura, right?
You ready? Last question.
What is that?
Okay.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Why is St. Patrick's Day celebrated on March 17th? Is it A, the day he was born, B, the day he died, or C, the day he became a saint?
I know right now. That's unfair.
Ready?
3,
2, 1.
B.
C.
It's B, the day he died.
Both
You
lose.
fucking should know that. You cheated.
I get a tater tot. That's why.
Uh,
Okay.
It's a stupid fucking idea.
So we're gonna tater tots for the rest of the night.
What? I didn't agree to that shit.
I think you did.
You literally did.
Or we just negate the whole thing and we just have to take 2 more bites of potato.
Well, fuck that. I'll go get some dollar menu.
Yeah. Thank you, Denise. That was fantastic.
You're welcome.
That was good trivia. I'm sorry that I doubled over. I
You
should've-
ruined it.
I'm actually kind of bummed I didn't know more. Real talk. Real talk. I don't feel Irish.
It was really only. What was the first question?
I don't remember.
You have it in front of you.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Oh.
I have to pull it back up.
Oh, it wasn't like a list. It was like, was it actually the?
It was like in my email.
Oh, okay. Whatever the first one was, like, why was it?
Oh yeah, why? Like what? Did it?
Yeah, that one was like iffy because within my trivia thing was what I sort of. What was that? You hear that?
Yeah. What
Share
about your phone?
location. Max wanted to share location.
Is that what it is?
The last one was the only one that like would clearly correlate because I
Yeah.
said that it was he died on March 17th. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
How's your stew?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part. I wasn't paying attention.
Good. I'm glad.
This is why I sat in the back in English.
You sat front and center.
It's like fucking Romeo and
You
Juliet.
sat right fucking there. You were the most center person. You look right at us.
Yeah, but it's like you ever look at someone and you like zone out and you're like, and you're looking right at them like, what's wrong with you? Fucking nothing. Mind your business.
Every
What?
time you're doing anything.
What?
What? Well,
Yeah, mine. It was good.
I'm not. No, I don't want.
No, I'd say
Someone else. Can. Max, would you like some stew?
No. Not even that.
It's actually
No.
like, it's really like even cold. It's really not bad.
Yeah,
I've actually never eaten that before till tonight.
Me neither. It looks really
It's good, right?
No,
I
no.
mean,
It tastes how it looks. Not
I
good.
think it's. I think I actually.
Dog, I've eaten 2 soups in my life. Miso soup when I go and get me some Tapa Hut,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
and then I'll get down with some clam chowder if it's not Blue Bayou. But I
Whoa,
fucking hate
wait a
Miso
minute.
thing.
Back up.
That's different if I go to fucking Boston. That's
There's
the
no
first time I get
Hafsat chicken tortilla soup.
No,
You wouldn't.
Islands chicken tortilla.
She likes that shit.
Have you had
Chili's.
Hafsat chicken tortilla soup?
Oh, shit.
I have. I don't
Hafsat's
know
the
this
crown jewel. Islands is great. They've adjusted it.
You sound drunk.
Get out.
Get fucked, Hoosier.
Well,
Introduction.
it wasn't too much. I'm not worried. It's fine. So how would you rate your potato?
Honestly, I
Think of it.
love.
Laura, yeah! Hey!
Honestly, like I love.
That was
celery,
rough.
and I love veggies, especially if they're organic.
That was rough.
Yeah, that just it tasted fucking gross.
Dirt. It's mostly
It-
dirt.
and honestly, yeah, it tastes like there's so much like. Just, I mean, not just because of the dirt on the husk around it, but it's like, dude, it's honestly just tastes like straight up toe of dirt.
I will say,
Treat.
Hey, you don't get that.
I think it was thrown at me.
You earned it.
I don't think we're following that. That's fine.
No, it's just it tastes
Maybe you
like
have something
fucking
in
straight
your
up dirt.
Once
Nope.
once you get past the husk,
Yep.
it wasn't so bad. Like it was okay.
This is gross.
Yeah.
The texture is gross.
Yeah, very much so.
I didn't mind the texture as much, to be honest.
Starch.
It was very appley.
I took a bite earlier. Fucking gross.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Like I agreed. I
Well-
didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Nah, it's fucking way gross.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
thank you for coming. I'm
You're welcome.
glad to have had you.
This is a great decision. I love it. I really love it.
Hey, dude, I'm glad you're here. You haven't been on in a while. You can still be on it. You just don't have a drink. I mean, we did that with what the Smart One podcast. It was binging and drinking, and then we changed it to binging and smoking and drinking and smoking.
Smoke weed.
Yeah. What did you smoke?
Tight.
There we go. Hey, that was green. You're
Weed's tight.
technically wearing green, but you got a lot more green in your system than on your body.
Oh, yeah. Me and Maj were pounding that polish pretty hard.
What
Yeah.
what were you pounding?
Fuck, I don't know.
Tight.
No, Sweetie got it from the club, and I just would tear it up.
All right.
It's good. I had fun.
Cool. Cool.
I had fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Thanks, man.
Fuck out of here.
Kiss.
Oh,
Thank you. All right, now it's time for Tommy. Will, can you grab a 2 harps? Actually, really 1 harp, I think you really need.
Why did they have that?
all by myself.
They were throwing it.
Was there a fight?
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Tommy. This is the first time you've been on the show. This is Tommy. He and I are fraternity brothers. We've known each other for a long time. How long? Like 8 years, I think. Holy fuck! Yeah. Monday's the 10-year anniversary of the fraternity. Right?
I did not.
There you go. And then Will, can you grab a Guinness? And then is there a clean glass?
Nope.
Want to just use this one? There you go.
What is it?
Yes, Max, can you risk this out, please? So we're gonna do. This is about the most laid back of this because I need it. I think.
You're not going to be the highest functioning at this point.
Laura, would you like some room temperature beef stew?
Oh, no, thank you.
It's actually pretty
Looks
good.
There's 2 other mugs over here. Do you want them?
Oh, are they? Wait, glasses?
Well, this one's
Yeah.
not clean, so it'll be a little bit of
I want that one. There's love in that one. Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Oh, no.
There you go. Oh no, we're good. I'm sorry. Thank you, Max.
You're welcome.
Now it's in there.
That's for you. So pour. So we're gonna have what are called black and tans, and/or if you're Irish, you're supposed to call them half and halves. We'll get to that in a second. Pour half of that into your mug. I'm gonna do this.
Not over the top. This is a new answer.
All right. I'm just gonna reuse this. All right.
That was fast.
So here, so this is called a. Can you push the just tip it down a little bit?
Oh, there we go.
A little bit more. A little bit more. Perfect. All right. So this is what's called a black and tan. What you're supposed to do is you pour. I did this the wrong way. We did this the wrong way.
Is it backwards?
Yes.
Well, then I have an extra glass here.
All right. So what you're supposed to do is take. You're supposed to take a harp lager. They tend to say harp can either be a pale ale or a lager. You pour in the first half. Pour half a pint of either pale ale or lager. Oh, you get nice. Oh, that's
nice.
perfect. You are so
So good. Thanks, friend.
So here, now what you're supposed to do? Can we fly these out? Oh, Jamie and Denise are leaving. Can we fly these out? Thank you, sir. Bye. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Have a beautiful time.
Bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful. Thank you so much for trivia. Yeah, French it. Okay. So we'll do it with yours. So you're supposed to pour half of a pale ale or a lager. We went with harp, which is the preferred, which is a lager. Let's pour it back here. Then what you're supposed to do is take a Guinness or a stout. Do a Guinness. Pour it over a spoon.
You can put it in there too. You can put it deep in there.
Really?
Because you're trying to get it to hit as close to the beer as possible.
Oh.
So that it disrupts it right before it hits. So it stays on top.
Who's teaching who here?
Right?
Tommy is teaching me. Isn't that clear, Catherine?
I think it changes every day.
Savior. You're doing all right now. Cool.
Hey, that's not bad. Let's
It's not too
let's
bad.
cut these potatoes. We can use this here. I spilled a little bit because we did it outside of the.
Okay.
Hey,
Not bad.
that's nice. Look at that
That's not bad.
separation. So the idea is that for a black and tan, let's see. Let me get to my notes.
You want to make yours when you read?
No, I got it. The it's a layering of Guinness on top of a pale ale or a lager, typically harp, creates a clear separation between the two different colored beers, as Guinness has a lower relative density than lagers or harps.
Science.
Let's see, can we see this? Let's see. All right. Oh,
So fast. No,
I mean-
it's going back up. I mean, Science.
It's not the
It'll go
worst
back
thing
up.
because it's. You can also do. I've read that there's another way. The other way to do it is if you do the reverse. It mixes it correctly. It's good mix. It's just not as pleasant visually. That's not so bad. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not good. Here we go.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
These
very
are one of my
nice.
faves.
It's great.
These are. I feel like I always get these.
I'm not good at pouring. Yeah.
You learned
Gallagher.
that today.
I always forget about Gallagher's. That's the
We
one
do
that's
that all the
on
time.
it's on 2nd Street, right?
Robert.
Murphy's is on 2nd Street.
Yeah.
It closes
Yep.
at like 11.
Yeah, it's early.
But they always
It's
serve
early.
beer, so
And on Fridays they're like $5 giant beers.
that is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
So yeah, this is it's called a black and tan, or if you're Irish, it's called a half and half. Like we said, it's prepared by filling a glass half with lager and slowly pouring the Guinness over an upside down spoon. Thank you for that. The term likely originated in England, though black and tan there has also been used to describe the coats of dogs, such as a black and tan coonhound. I haven't seen you in a coon's age. The earliest recorded usage of the term in reference to mixing beers is from 1881 in an American magazine called Puck. What the Puck? Can you push this back up a little bit?
There's magazines back then.
Oh yeah.
I guess people had nothing to do but read.
I mean the what's the almanac? Ben Franklin's almanac. What is it called? Do you know what it's called?
I think it's just called the almanac.
The almanac.
Yeah, the almanac.
Yeah, that was it was a magazine. Magazine was just like
what it did.
self-published, just a published thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh no, Poor Richard's almanac.
Poor Richard's Almanac. There you go. So yeah, in England they used it for coonhounds, but in Ireland, black and tan is not used, as the nickname "the Black and Tans" is used for the Royal Irish Constabulary Reserve Force, which was created in the 1920s in Northern Ireland by the British during the Irish War of Independence, or the Troubles. The black and tans were
Polite way to put it.
what?
Such a polite way to put it.
The
We're
Troubles.
just having some trouble.
It's very poetic. It's not polite. It's
There's some
poetic.
troubles.
The Troubles have started. The Black and Tans were a brutal counterinsurgency force and a main agitator of the IRA. So instead, the Irish tend to use half and half. I forgot to mention too how much you're not supposed to call Irish slammers Irish car bombs,
Yeah, they tend to take that. I hear they take that very seriously.
because Irish car bombs are which they're similar to a Boilermaker, which is made by dropping a shot of American whiskey into a beer. But to the Irish, it's Jameson and Bailey's, and we get a stout. German car bomb combines references to its bomb shot, which is you also hear sake bombs.
Mhm.
Banzai! And it drops. So those are fun. I've only done it like twice ever, and only once in a restaurant.
I've never found
It's weird
the
in
right
a house.
time to do it.
It's at a
It's
sake
always-
place.
No,
At
it's
a
always
sushi place,
it's always
so,
like
yeah.
we're having sushi at like noon,
Yeah.
and there's another
Oh.
family nearby, and it's not like, oh, I'll take two sake.
It depends on the place.
I
It
feel like
also-
the beers
yeah.
with Braveheart would have been a great time to do it.
I mean, today is kind of a hard sell on that
I mean,
Well,
Irish
not like
theme,
today, but
That's true.
but like I'm not.
What's a
used-
Japanese holiday that we do? What, Victory Day?
Chinese New Year? V-Day?
Chinese New Year?
Japanese.
Oh, Japanese.
I mean, it's
I think it's the Chinese.
the thing is,
December
if we,
Japanese,
if we do it on Victory Day, we have to do two big bombs. The term car bomb combines references to his bomb shot style and noted car bombings during Northern Ireland's troubles. It's deemed offensive, Irish slammer, an Irish bomb shot, or Irish bomb. You have to drink it before it cools, but that's not what we're drinking. We're drinking the what are these called? Black and half and halves, which has Harp Lager. Do you want to break down Harp Lager? Too bad, that's my job. Harp Lager is a pale lager with an ABV 4.5.
Why?
Because it's funny. I'm sorry. It was just in the mustache. I didn't actually spit anything. Pale lager with an ABV of 4.5 and an IBU of 21. It is brewed by St. James Brewery / Diageo in Dublin, Ireland. It should be served in a pint glass. There we go. It was first produced as a bottled beer in 1960 by the Guinness Company in response to customers trending towards continental lagers. By 1961, a consortium of brewers by the names of Courage, Barclay and Simmons, Scottish and Newcastle, Bass, Mitchell and Butlers, and Guinness formed together as Harp Lager Limited to brew and make beer. By 1964, the product was available on draft. By 1979, Courage and Scottish and Newcastle had left the consortium. Harp is sold in American. Harp that's sold in America is brewed in Canada, typically at the Moosehead Brewery in New Brunswick. So it's still made, but it's made by Guinness Canada. So
Really?
it's still Guinness, but it's not like
Taste the Ireland.
and a little bit of the apologies from Canada.
Sorry, we're not really Irish.
We're sorry. It's not bad. I don't have. I always forget about black and tans.
I get them all the time. Anytime I go to any type of Irish.
Really?
Yeah, always.
Wow. It's good. Any place that serves a Guinness, I guess, is somewhere you can trust. There's also something called have you heard of snake bite?
Yeah, it's that and
It's the same, but it's beer. It's kind of whatever beer, and then a cider on the bottom.
yeah.
So the
that's
beer.
right. Those are really good.
Those are tasty. So let's play. It's not really a game, but let's do what we call. Let's talk about our favorite Irish things.
Okay.
Who's your favorite Irish actor? You have to guess. If you have to pick one. You guys can chip in if you want to.
Pierce Brosnan.
That's a good one. You know what? He would be up
Who's
there.
yours?
He'd be up there for me. I think, honestly, Colin Farrell,
Colin Farrell.
because of his work, because of his work with Martin McDonagh
In Bruges.
Seven
That's such a great
Psychopaths.
movie.
Um,
That movie too.
What else?
Daniel Day-Lewis is Irish. He's pretty great.
He's sort of. He's English.
I was gonna say he's from.
I thought you were
Northern
going to say he's
Ireland.
sort of all right. I was like,
No, he has English heritage, but he has dual citizenship. Yeah, so he's like kind of.
Google had no nuance. It just said under Irish actors.
He actually came up literally on both lists. I looked up like things that aren't actually Irish, things you won't believe are Irish. Both of them had Daniel Day-Lewis. So it's like he's pretty Irish. He's
But
kind
also
of
not
not.
exactly.
I can't think of any Irish actresses. Is Saoirse Ronan? Irish?
Saoirse Ronan. You beat me to my next question.
Fiona in Burn Notice. Was she Irish?
Fiona Gallagher.
Let's just say yes.
She
I actually don't know if she was actually Irish because it was pretty spot on. I mean, it was a good Irish accent. Yeah. So my favorite actor would be Colin Farrell, but only after working with Martin McDonagh because before then he sucked. I've had a complete turnaround on Colin Farrell. Not quite as much as I've had on Channing Tatum. I fucking hated him for so long until 21 Jump Street, and now I love everything.
Yeah. Have you seen Logan Lucky?
It's great. I love that
Holy
movie.
Shit, that movie's funny.
It's basically Ocean's 11, except
Southern
southern white trailer
and
trash.
just really
Robbing instead of high class like Hollywood movie stars robbing Vegas casino. It's ours here. All right. Okay.
I was like, which way is he?
it's
No,
like
it's fine.
it's like the lowest class dumb shits.
Yeah,
doing the
it's
smartest things.
Trailer trash robbing what's the Nashville Speedway?
Yeah,
A NASCAR Speedway.
NASCAR
And it's
Speedway. I'm like-
so good. And they
have
have
like
to
the biggest weekend.
they have to break out Daniel Craig, who's a lunatic demolitions expert in prison, and they have to bring him back to prison.
He's so great.
It's awesome. Definitely go see Logan Lucky. I really liked it. And I say it's not just Ocean's 11 because of the plot, but it's
Thievery.
Steven Soderbergh, the director, also directed Ocean's 11.
It definitely it has those elements in there, and the way the story comes together is just really. It's so
It's
cool.
great. Yeah, it's awesome.
It really is.
So Irish actress. Saoirse Ronan. And it's not just because that's
You have
maybe
to
one
say.
of the only ones that I can name. She's fantastic.
That's what he said.
Saoirse Ronan. It's spelled Suarez because Ireland hates the English, so they hate English language, English letters.
I don't know if I have any other than if Fiona from.
She's great. I don't think I've ever
But
seen
that's
her in
literally because
anything other than
that's the
Bird
thing. I
Dogs.
don't know any
Yeah.
other ones. I
Okay.
wouldn't know any to pick. If I knew some, I'm sure I would have some.
I think I have a guess. What's your favorite Irish drink?
Does what are you staring at me for?
That's your favorite.
I feel like I have to go Jameson Ginger. I feel like I have to.
I did not know, but that is good.
I
Yeah,
feel like I have to. That's
James
my favorite.
Ginger. All right,
I feel like that's the one I get the most.
That's a good one. I'm going straight up Guinness. Just a nice,
I
perfectly
mean-
poured, perfect temperature Guinness. Like it doesn't get.
Absolutely.
I love me some Jameson Ginger too. That was definitely that's a good. It feels stupid. That's a good Vegas drink for me. Partially because we did it at Jamie's bachelor party.
It's
like,
because
that's
ginger
where
ale is like just makes you feel great.
It just tastes good.
It makes you
Jameson's
feel
like not
amazing.
super strong.
like you drink it on airplanes.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
But why?
What's your favorite Irish food?
I like shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's
I
pie is
like
pretty
shepherd's
solid.
pie a lot.
Yeah.
Probably shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
I like-
pasties too, but shepherd's pie.
What? Which one?
Pasties?
Those boxties? B-O-X?
Pasties.
Is that how it's pronounced? But it's B-O-X-T-Y.
No, I like
Like
pasties.
pasty.
Like pasties, but pasties.
Oh.
Aren't those
So
Irish
good.
too?
Are they? I don't know. They're fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Like
I
apparently
like that.
miners' wives used to make them because you can
Oh,
eat
I know what
everything
you're
out of
talking
the
about.
crust and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
the
yeah.
crust, and you wouldn't have poison from your hands.
There's also so what's a boxty then? I know that
That's something else.
O'Malley's has them. It's like a
It's probably
it's like
a
a fried
similar
food.
thing.
It's like fried around it. It's almost like
Oh,
it's
I
like
don't
an
know.
Irish hot pocket, basically. Those are good. I like nice Irish coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I
Those are
mean,
good. Always good.
again, that's another thing that's in Vegas. Like, I don't want to have. I would rather just have regular coffee, like at
True,
my house.
true.
But like when you're in Vegas, like
The last time,
Like-
exactly. The last time I had an Irish coffee was in Costa Rica when we were in
ooh,
a villa for a wedding.
okay.
So we hopped on that and they had Irish coffee every morning.
That's-
One morning I
that's
was
good.
like, okay.
I guess that's also an Irish
Okay.
drink. That doesn't really count.
What helps Irish coffee too is a little bit of Fireball. So it's like a cinnamon.
Oh, nice.
coffee.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Instead of
Perfect.
Jameson,
Would you put Jameson on it?
I have. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. A little bit of cinnamon. Okay, I can see that.
Because then that makes
a
it
little bit of
taste.
Fireball.
Yeah, it tastes good.
That's good. Okay. What's your favorite Irish gangster movie? Because I would say just Irish movie, but I don't really know a whole lot of specifics. But there's some good. So it doesn't actually have to be from Ireland, but it could be about Irish gangsters. I don't mind.
Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels.
100%.
That
Yes,
one absolutely.
In Bruges count? Irish. and
Yeah, I
Irish
guess they're
gangsters?
gangsters. Shit, now I don't know.
But there's only one.
Snatch
Snatch has to be.
Right?
has.
Irish?
They're not technically Irish.
Is Green Street Hooligans Irish?
Yes.
Because I
I think so. Yeah.
I love it.
Mine's The Departed. It's the Irish gangsters.
Ah,
I mean,
that's good.
but I like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
That one.
Snatch. I think Snatch may count. I'm not
I feel like
100%.
it counts.
Like, but they're not really Irish. But it's like, even though it's very British, it still feels Irish because it's just like, hey, fuck you.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say it has a very Irish feel. Irish feel.
Green Street Hooligans, I think.
I feel
is-
like
is
that one
closer.
may be my favorite.
I would have
It
asked.
also has Charlie Hunnam that when he's super young. And he's
Charlie
great.
Hunnam is in that. Wait, in Snatched?
No, in
Green Street
Hooligans.
Okay, I knew
Young
that.
Charlie Hunnam.
And Elijah Wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's actually
I
kind of
haven't
cool in
seen
that
it.
movie.
I've heard
Dude,
nothing but good things.
It is
Yeah.
a great time.
Have you seen it, Max?
It's a great time.
Green Street Hooligans? Let's do it. Let's watch it.
All right.
Bubbles floating in the air.
I would ask about favorite Irish gangster show, but it's the Black Donnellys. I know it was so good, and then it was right in the middle of the writer's strike, so it got canceled. Kind of Sons of Anarchy ends up being that.
Love that show.
I mean, but it's not really an Irish gangster show. So
Peaky Blinders is.
which one?
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. I gotta watch that.
I haven't
That you know
watched
what?
it.
That
Yeah,
would
I
be
haven't
it.
seen it. I
That
haven't
would
watched
be
it
it.
either. I've heard it's great though.
Yeah. Will's told me about it 100 times, but he won't watch The Godfather, so I feel like I'm doing it.
Haven't seen
I'm
that
kidding.
either.
Yeah, because it's garbage.
It's not.
Straight up
I haven't
garbage.
seen it either.
It's been done before.
I haven't seen it either.
I would say the next one I had was, what's your favorite Irish saying? I don't really know a whole lot.
Okay, say the one that you can think of.
30.
You can't think of one.
No.
Not one.
I did when I wasn't, 3 Guinness, 2.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair.
I'm pretty deep.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you.
And then you say,
Top of the morning to you!
yeah, and then you say, and the rest of the day to you.
Oh, okay, that was good.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, oh, the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
This might be like a halfer. It's not really. It
happy?
feels Irish. Did you
Feels
ever
like a
read?
happy?
Did you ever read any of the Dark Tower series? Wow.
No, I have not.
You okay? You did.
It's weird.
You did.
She's
Boy.
still working on being black.
Okay.
I'm still training.
She hasn't learned yet.
Only one book.
Have you ever read the Dark Tower? Any of the books?
I've seen the movie.
You should read books. It's my favorite book series ever. So it's not technically Irish, but it feels they're not related. So that's fine.
Just need to like that.
I love Harry Potter. I love the books.
I've heard great things about those books from a lot of people. Actually,
I recommend it.
From a lot.
It's one where you.
How many of the books is the first movie? I think I remember you telling me it was like 1.5 or something.
It's like parts of 4 of them because it's technically a sequel, and I can't explain it until you read all the books. But
maybe that's right.
there's a saying that's in the first one that it's not really Irish, but the character's name is Roland Deschain, which is a super Irish
You're like,
sounding
okay, so
name.
he's Irish.
So what they say, one of the greetings is long days and pleasant nights. So it's like have a good day for a long day for your harvest and pleasant nights for you to sleep.
Oh yeah.
It's not Irish, so it doesn't really count. So I guess top of the morning to you. I guess let's go have a pint. Wait, that's not Irish.
I mean, that's everybody.
I guess it's kind of a phrase is to call a Guinness a mineral or a plain, because Guinness for the longest time only had 3 variations, and like the single stout was plain. So
that's cool.
Let's go have a plain.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, like we don't have a cool way to say any of that anymore. Like, hey, you want to go to the bar?
Yeah, let's go
That's
get.
lame.
You want to get a pint? Yeah, right.
Like you can
That's
say,
good.
hey, let's go get blotto.
Yeah.
Down at the
Let's
club.
go get blotto.
Get blotto.
That's very American. Okay, what's your favorite?
His dad said it the other day.
Really? I can
He really did.
100% see.
He
him
really
doing
is
that.
like, yeah, we were blotto. That's telling this story.
Well, you're Scottish though.
Yes.
And Scottish ends up being Irish, or it's either you end up being Irish or you end up being Viking. So
That's pretty true. They both come from the Celts, right?
yeah, which
isn't that
the
all
Celts
just like-
come from. It's mostly like the Vikings went south,
Yeah.
so they're kind of all the same.
I mean, I have freckles, so people assume Irish.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. But Morgan is a very, very Scottish name to me, at least.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know from my Welsh side.
Like mine, I come from the McIntyres, but in our legend, even how we got to Scotland was a guy, the son of the carpenter came from Ireland, and then he had to. There's
The
two different.
carpenter Jesus?
No, his father was just a carpenter. No, so what it was the carpenter came from. He was moving from Ireland to Scotland. There are pretty much 2 stories. One is that on his trip, a leak sprung in his boat, and he jammed his thumb into the leak, and then used his carpentry tools to cut his thumb off, and then made it to Ireland. Or the other one is that he was on his way to Scotland, and he saw a king traveling past him. He saw the princess, the daughter, immediately knew he wanted to marry her. He boarded with the ship, boarded the king. I was not doing that.
that's
For the record.
Met the daughter.
They were going like this.
Stacked.
The boats. It was actually a prince. But he boarded the ship and then asked the king, "What is it going to take for me to marry your daughter?" And he said, "There's nothing you can offer me at this point." He's like, "All right, fuck you." So then he snuck down. He had him. They had dinner or whatever. Then he snuck down. He cut a hole in got him. He cut a hole in the bottom of the king's boat, kept and made it enough to where he could put the cork in, and then he took the cork out, just enough so they would start to slowly sink, and then he went way around, and then passed them again, and then the king asked him for his help. He said, "I'll fashion you a cork." He took it and then saved the king, let him marry his princess. Then he started the McIntyre clan. So McIntyre means son of the carpenter. So he settled, then had his child. His child then started the clan.
So what Jesus is saying about that to me is I didn't know Jesus was ever in Ireland.
He works in mysterious ways. What's your favorite Irish band? There's really only like a handful.
Yeah, like I say,
Pretty. It's definitely Flogging Molly for me. Dropkick Murphys is great. I don't really like most of their songs, but they're still awesome. Like, I'm not going to listen to them regularly. Flogging Molly is they're a little more musical because they sing. Dropkick Murphys screams, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Like for the Departed song, can't even think of it. Shipping Up to Boston, like that's fucking awesome. Tessie is great, even though it's about Fenway Park. I don't know if we do that. Yeah, Tessie's talking about Fenway Park.
Huh.
So what's yours?
I feel like it's gotta be Flogging.
Yeah. I was listening to them on the way here.
I was trying to think if Ben Churches was Irish, but I was gonna make that joke. I do like Churches.
Yeah, they're good. I like Chumbawamba is okay.
There's a local band from El Segundo called Hoist the Colors that you guys should check out.
Really?
Hoist the
Hoist the
Colours.
Colours?
Hoist the Colors are super Irish.
Like an Irish punk band, or
Yeah,
They're awesome.
With Hoist the
heard great
Colours,
things.
they got to be punk.
Yeah, they're awesome. You should look them up.
All right, I'm down.
that's
And
a
then,
cool name too.
Lastly, what's your favorite Irish pop? Like local, unless you've been to Ireland, I guess then you have a.
No, I want to go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. I mean, Gallagher's has been my go-to spot as an Irish band for quite some time.
What did you say that one was on? Was it Broadway? No, Fourth.
It's either Fourth or Broadway. I always get
There's
mixed
two of
up.
them, right? No, it's definitely Fourth. That's where we went for.
Yes.
We went to a bunch of
Yeah.
your marine biology
Yeah.
celebrations.
Yeah.
I like Gallagher's a lot. Murphy's is great. Shannon's is great.
Murphy's is great, but it closes. It's just
Even
kinda-
like, I love. Here's the thing. Kind of depends on what you're going for.
That's true. That's very true.
If it's like, let's just have a nice time. Let's get some good beer and some
Yeah.
nice food. O'Malley's or Hennessy's is a toss-up.
That's true. That's true.
Not even. I would say Hennessy's. I would put. Hennessy's. I would say for a burger,
Mhm.
but
Oh, yeah.
O'Malley's just kind of more. But I gotta go Clancy's on Main Street.
Mm.
It's barely Irish, but it's Irish enough. But that's the place where you get drunk.
I'll allow it. I mean, yeah, that's the most Irish place you can go, right? The
Yeah.
place is
I mean, they got the hook game. They got the long Jenga, right? The
the
2x4
big
Jenga.
Yeah.
And
Jenga.
they pour strong and they pour cheap. I like that. So
One of my favorite pours.
nice. Other than pours, Richard.
True.
I guess that's not really Irish. No, it's not Irish.
No.
Anyways, that's gonna be it. We've gone for what, an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. So we had a lot of beers, a lot of good conversation. We had some fun. We celebrated St. Patrick's. We learned some things on the way, and mostly we had fun. I'm gonna finish my beer.
Finish mine.
That's fine. I'll finish mine. Anyways, that's gonna be where we're gonna end it. Thank you for joining us, all 0 people of you. But this will save, so we can watch it back. No, I got it. Like, share, and subscribe. We're on YouTube and Instagram. We'd love to have you back on just a regular episode. And same with
I'd love to be back.
Katie, if you want to do it, Max, if you want to do it. Aura, she can come back. She's not here. I mean, she's technically here. Yeah, we'll see you again on Wednesday with our next regularly scheduled episode, which I think should be the last Skylar episode. But as for now, thank you for watching. I'm Braveheart. This is Tommy, and this was also Jamie, Max, and Will, and Denise, and Katie, and Aura. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's.
Yeah, we'll see you later.